So you see, the Avijja Sutta, there are two cycles. One is the Avijja sequence or cycle. The other one is the enlightenment sequence or cycle. So under the Avijja Sutta, the way you fall and develop the delusion is following the Avijja sequence or cycle. So the first one is not having Dhamma friends. When you don't have Dhamma friend, you will not be able to listen to the true Dhamma, which is second step. Then after that, you don't listen to the true Dhamma, your faith in the triple gem, the Buddha and his teaching, will not be there. And because of that, you cannot develop the initial wisdom, which is yoniso manasikara. So you end up having a yoniso manasikara, means not having right view or understanding, born of first and second turning wisdom. And because of that, you lack mindfulness and clear comprehension. And when you lack mindfulness and clear comprehension, you cannot cultivate the precept. Sense restraint is not there. You lack sense restraint. Then because you lack sense restraint, the three way of right conduct you cannot do. Instead, you arise a three type of wrong conduct with all the wrong thought, wrong speech, wrong action. Then because of that, all the mental hindrance, the five mental hindrance, they arise. That's why you cannot develop the meditation. It hinders you from entering the meditative state of inner peace, inner calmness, and inner awareness. And the reason why the mental hindrance are there is because you have ignorant avijja. So this is the avijja sequence. Then you look at the enlightenment sequence, how you can become enlightened. That's why in the sutta is mentioned, the first prerequisite, the Buddha said, to become an Arya is what? Huh? To have Dhamma friend, Kalyanamitta. That's why our grouping is called Brother Theo's Kalyanamitta. Understand or not? Because without this, you cannot actually, I should say, you don't stand a chance. Because without the Kalyanamitta, you cannot link back to the Dhamma. Who are the Kalyamittas? Kalyamittas are Dhamma friends, Dhamma practitioner, cultivator of the Dhamma. And there are two types. One is ordinary Kalyamitta, means Dhamma friends that walk the path of Dhamma. They have not realized the Dhamma. They are already established as Dhamma friends, where they agree to cultivate the Dhamma. Then the second type is Dhamma friends that has the Dhamma, have the realization. Then the Buddha indeed mentioned, he is the best among the Kalyamittas, because without him, there is no way you can develop the understanding. Because without the Buddha, during on sasana, there is no teaching. That's why without the sasana, very difficult to find the teaching. The Avijja Sutta explains clearly the importance of having true noble friends of Kalyanamitta to realize the enlightenment. That is written here. According to the Buddha, having noble friends of Kalyanamitta is one of the prerequisites to become an Arya or an enlightened being. It also talks about factors that will influence ignorance. To be free from ignorance is one of the main tasks of cultivation. Oh, not mentioned here. Sui, you managed to find out. Ananda asked him actually. Ananda said, how marvelous is it? Kalyanamitta is 50% of the holy life. The Buddha reprimanded him. He said, no, 100% of the holy life. Because without Kayamita, you cannot find the teaching. What is the word? You can find a note under notes, under the about. Then you go to Avijja Sutta. I will look for it. Par excellent. The word is par excellent. Par excellent. He said, the Tathagata is the par excellent. As far as Kayamita is concerned, he is the best. You can get him, you 100% kautim. If you cannot get him, you have to find others. So par excellent, means no comparison. Okay. So you turn back to just now that page, the second sequence, the enlightenment sequence. So number 10. Actually, you look at page 253, easier to read, because the 254 one very small print. So there are 10 steps in the second sequence, or the enlightenment sequence, where you have to develop them to realize the complete enlightenment. So you start with number 10. Step 1 is number 10. Association with good Dhamma friends or spiritual friends. We call Kalyanamittas. So when you have Kalyanamittas, like our grouping, you will come to know when the Dhamma session will be held, and all the Dhamma material, activity or whatever, you will be informed. Then you have a lot of opportunity to listen to the Dhamma. Of course, you must also have the good karmic affinity to associate with the wise and avoid the foolish, thereby not being deviated in your ability to look forward. Because to listen to the true Dhamma and listening to normal Dhamma are two big different things. Because a lot of Dhamma may not be the true Dhamma. That's why they have a word, our Dhamma, not the true Dhamma. So you have to make sure you make the right aspiration, take refuge. Then don't be gullible. The word is gullible. Easily believe. Put it to test. Investigate. Assume you don't know. Clean slate. If it's the truth, it will stand up to investigation. Then no harm. Give it a try. But if it's not the truth, it will not bring forth the result. And sometimes it will lead to deviation. Like the Buddha said, he told the Kalamas, whatever people advise you, check. If I follow and do, does it harm me? Second condition, if I follow and do, does it harm others? If it does not harm you and harm others, no harm. Give it a try. Then ultimately, of course, he said, if the world still has noble evil power, the world will not be without Aryas. So having Kalyanamittas will give rise to the second step, which is having the opportunity to listen to the true Dhamma. And when you have the opportunity to listen to the true Dhamma, what happens? You develop the faith in it, the confidence in it, the faith in the Buddha and his teaching, the faith in Triple Gem. So once you have the faith, that confidence in the Buddha, Dhamma and the Sangha, it will drive you to cultivate. The moment it drives you to cultivate, you will develop the cultivation of the first turning, second turning, then later on, of course, third turning, to realize the three types of wisdom. So at number 3, going up to the 4th step, which is number 7 on the page 253, you will develop the initial wisdom called Yoniso Manasikara. This Yoniso Manasikara is the wisdom that you develop through the first turning, listening, contemplation, second turning, contemplation, reflection, and inquiry, second turning. These two initial wisdom, you no need to meditate. No need bhavana. Just by pure listening, contemplation, reflection, and inquiry, then it will come. And with this, you can realize Sotapanna-ship, Sakadagami-ship, no problem. But you want to realize Arahanta or Anagami and beyond, you need to develop the meditation. So this initial wisdom, which is step 4, where you have the past life, what they call experience, or you have cultivated before in the past, then this life when you come, the moment you hear truth, like any of the Four Noble Truths proclaimed by the Buddha, or the essential Dhamma that he has proclaimed, or any of the Mahayana Sutta or Theravada Sutta, then you can develop the understanding and the wisdom and awaken, like Kondanya. Then later on, the 5 ecstatic, together with the other 4. One of them is Asaji. So after Asaji went for Pindapat, Sariputta, before he became enlightened, met him. He saw he's so serene. He waited for him to finish the Pindapat. Then he approached him. And he very respectful. He said, O Bhikkhu, he said, I look at you. You are very serene, very peaceful, very calm. And you are very, very mindful. May I know who is your teacher? Then Asaji knew that this monk, so-called, that time I think they call it by samana. He said, this person is actually very sincere. So he also been humble. He said, I am still new in this, because he just heard the Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta, the Anatta Sutta, and he became Arahant. But he was very humble. He said, I am still very new. I learned from my teacher, the Buddha. He said. Then the Sariputta at that time, he hasn't become the chief disciple of the Buddha. He so humbly requests for Asaji, don't worry, he said, just tell me whatever you heard from him. That will be enough, he said. Then Asaji said, oh, okay. He said, I will tell you. My teacher said, you all listen, maybe you also can become Sotapan. Whatever arises, there are causes and conditions behind. Nothing happened. Sadhu, sadhu. We have gone through so many rounds there. Whatever arises, there are causes. Because it's a conditioned world, understand? Everything is dependent originating. That is very penetrative, Then Asaji continued, These causes and conditions, my teacher has explained. Pop, straight away, Sariputta becomes a Sotapan. How can that happen? He cultivated before, that's not. He only needs to be reminded of the law of dependent origination, understand? Condition arising phenomena. 一切有为法, understand? Everything within the condition world are conditioned Dhamma. Without condition, nothing happens. That's why the Buddha said, whatever arises, there are causes and conditions behind. Get this understood, stabilize it, then you will awaken. Without you knowing, you already awaken. But when you encounter things, you will know what to do. Because everything is like that. How real can life be? Form and mind and another form and mind argue, quarrel, conflict. Especially husband and wife, spouse. Because too close to each other for too long. You have your ego, he has his ego. When two ego meet, what happens? You want to be right, she wants to be right. Without the Dhamma, sure conflict on us. So if everything is just the way it is, dependent, originating, condition, arising, cause, then where got reality? Come and go, come and go. The only reality within existence is the present moment. and how transient is the present moment. Arise and pass away. Split second is there and gone. And that's the only reality, you know. You think everything that happened to you since birth until now real? You can only recall them through memory, you know. If there is nobody who know you to recall that, you technically never existed. Understand or not? That's why empty nature are existent. And with this understanding, you should awaken. Understand or not? And to be a Sotapanna is not difficult. Very, very easy. When you understand, it's like the flip of the palm. Finish. You already awaken. That's why learning the Dhamma is not what people believe or think. In the Sutta, Jataka story, a lot of this sharing. So what are the causes and conditions that the Buddha has explained? Law of karma. You are born of your karma. The 5 daily contemplations are the 5th one. Each and every one of us say you are born of your karma, heir to your karma conditions. You are what you are because of your karma. Any instant, any moment. So whatever happened to you, your misery, your suffering, they are causes and conditions behind, and 99.999% is karmically driven. Understand or not? So you must understand. Need to ask for forgiveness, ask for forgiveness. How can you go and, like, when I try to explain to these people who are suffering, mainly divorce case or no. Karma is what? You reap what you sow. In the past, you also, like your husband, did that to you, or did that to others. Understand? Tai lam yen and all those things. Then got money already, lay chok quay. So the lady looked at me. She said, "But dear God, man, you ask yourself, God or not?" Then I asked her, I said, "Why only you kena this? Why other didn't kena?" And those who kena all got their karmic behind. Understand or not? So when you understand this law, what will you do? You will take care of. And to take care of karma, you must follow the advice of the Buddha. Get this all understood. Why you cultivate the advice of the Buddha to avoid all evil by keeping the precept? Then why you cultivate wholesomeness to develop the merits, to help you to develop the good life, to overcome your whatever life situation and problem and help others. Then after you have the merits, you still need to develop the wisdom to awaken. Otherwise, you still suffer. Well, these are tinted merits that the 5th patriarch say that will condition rebirth. Understand or not? Merit alone cannot liberate you. Wisdom liberate you. That's why the 3rd advice is purify your mind. Develop the cultivation of the inner awareness. Stabilize it, so that you are heedful all the time. The moment you are heedful, the heedful never die. So get that understood and strive on with heedfulness. That's why train yourself to be mindful, to be aware. So the law of karma is one of the core teaching. Then later on, he taught them the paticca samuppada, the dwelling. This explains to you how your mind functions, how you use your mind to see all the dependent originating manifestation of mind. And mind is the forerunner of all things. Mind is chief. Mind make ade. When mind arise, all things arise. That's why all phenomena follow the paticca samuppada. Understand? No? They are mind made, dependent originating. All the elements that you see, the world, the planets, the star system, everything, they come from mind. Understand? No? Why? Einstein already tell you, E equals to mc square, not mong cha cha. Mc square is mass times the square of the speed of light, which is all metal mass are trapped energy. Understand? No? It has the potential to release that type of energy. So from energy, law of conservation of mass and energy, they can actually create the planet. All your this external form, they come from thought, energy, through consciousness that manifests the mundane mind. That's why the whole phenomenal world of consciousness and form are mind-made. Understand? In the Surangama Sutta, he says, after we fall for so long, the living being deludedly cling onto the five aggregate of form and mind. Believe this is real, this is them. Then this one become what? Traveler in space and time. Why? You go around the universe, you don't know. You no need rocket. Karma take you there. But you have been born so many times. So you become the traveler in space and time. Oh, you think you are great. But without this Dhamma understanding, a lot of suffering in between. Almost every segment, you're miserable. Especially you born in the hell realm, the woeful state. Or even the Peta realm also. Not easy. Sometimes you look, even our human rhymes, so much suffering. Understand? So, when you see all this, understand all this, you wake up. Understand? That's why Asaji just heard this. And Sariputta, because he passed cultivation, he's foremost in wisdom. Straight away he recalled the teaching. Then he awakened. Then when he met the Buddha, he took longer than Moggallana. Moggallana 1 week, Arahant. Sariputta 2 weeks, foremost in wisdom. Why? Because that is the way they are. Understand? This Moggallana, because of his psyche, he got a lot of jhana, all these things. But the moment he hear the truth, he release it and use it to develop the mindfulness, then he penetrate very fast. Understand? Whereas Sariputta, the wisdom way, must contemplate, reflect, then must develop all the understanding to seviate the fetters. Understand? Moggallana no need. That's why the four foundation of mindfulness, the fastest is how long? That's what Moggallana did and 2 weeks is already very fast, Sariputta. So how many of you can do that? 7 years is the maximum. But don't worry, understand? All this is for you to understand. So when you listen to all this, you will understand. That's why when Asaji did that, he developed the wisdom for Sariputta. Then this wisdom become Yoniso Manasikara. Understand? Wisdom within your nature, connected to your form and mind. And this one, when you see something, hear something, smell something, tactily feel something, or think of something, or recall, that moment of sense experience, the moment it come out, your wrong view cannot come in and interfere. Because this wisdom understanding will prompt you, spontaneously come out. Sabbe sankhara anicang, sabbe sankhara dukkang, sabbe dhamma anatta. Whatever arises, there are causes and conditions. So you no longer blame others or blame yourself. Aiyo, why so sweet? Why that guy did that? No, whatever arises, there are causes and conditions planted by you through your past karma. Understand? Everyone also like that. That is the reality. Understand? There's a suchness. You have to accept. Understand? Come to terms with that reality. Means at peace. The world is the world. Understand? People are just the way they are. Conditioned like that, things will be like that. With that understanding, you still get angry, finish. Means you don't understand the teaching. The teaching is so clear. Now you follow. So that Yoniso Manasikara, very good. Like now I share with you all, you all know how to you like Sui. Think also like that, don't think also like that. Where you have understood that everything is condition arising, causal phenomena, mind make are they. So why you want to think? Analysis for what? All these are mundane. thinking, understand? Mundane views, opinion, duality, division. That's why see the limitation of thought, Krishnamurti said. Why? Thought is useful as an instrument. That's why in the Noble Eightfold Path there is right thought. Because you need to live life, you need thought. But without evil, right thought. Understand now? So, doesn't mean that thought is harmful. When I tell you don't do thought-based meditation, don't deludedly, hey, Brother Teo say don't use thought, no. I never say that. Please, don't quote me wrong here. I said don't use thought to meditate, understand? I never say don't use thought, understand? You need to live life, you need to use thought, understand? But psychological memory, you don't go and remember, understand? Because they condition suffering. Thought is respond to memory. If you accumulate psychological memory without wisdom, you keep on thinking, that's why you go cuckoo, understand? End of Tanjung Rambutan, maybe. I don't know whether the center is still there or not. Then a lot of this understanding, when you understand, then you look at the Sankhara, you know it is a tool for you to use to live life, understand? You know what is a tool or not? Like a knife. You use it for what? Cut fruits, carving, shape, whatever you need, understand or not? So if you use that knife to hurt yourself, harm yourself, and hit out at others and cause unnecessary karmic negativity, is it the right way to use that tool? Wrong, isn't it? Then why did you use your thought that way? Do you agree with me? A lot of human beings without the Dhamma understand use the thought to think and think and think until miserable. That is harming yourself, understand or not? Hurting yourself. Become depressed, full of hatred, anger, misery, understand? Jealousy. Then all this mind state, who caused you the suffering? You think that person? You think your company that sacked you? You go and think, cling on to all those things. Thought, memory. And you hold on to it so strongly, become your phobia. Understand? Then you develop the fear inside, the insecurity, leading to sorrow, lamentation. That is not the way to use your thought. Then the other one is to hit out at others and harm others. All the wrong speech you hoot, all come out. Understand? You harsh speech, violent speech, frivolous speech, tell lie. That is using that tool which is your mind, your mundane mind or consciousness trapped inside to harm yourself and harm others. See that and wake up. It's a tool for you to use. How come you can be so foolish? I give you the analogy of the knife, you will know that. You will never cut yourself, right? But the wrong thought make you miserable through mental suffering. No bleeding, nothing. You didn't know that it hurt you, because you never understood the second turning of the first noble truth. This noble truth of dukkha is to be understood. You don't know that that is mental suffering, causing so much misery to you. That's why you cannot see, understand? Without Dhamma understanding, you cannot see.